everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to talk to you about starting a Breakfast in the Classroom program at your school site. I learned about Breakfast in the Classroom about 6 years ago when I attended a Student Nutrition Association seminar. I learned a lot about the benefits of having breakfast in the classroom, but they focused a lot on the financial end of it. Of course, getting more money is always great. So if you increase your participation, obviously you receive more reimbursement. So it is financially successful to have that in your school site. But there were other benefits to it that I found. So why breakfast in the classroom? Simple. I got into this about 31 years ago. Since then, I've always wanted and always had a passion for feeding kids breakfast and lunch. But unfortunately, we find that not everybody takes advantage of our program. So what we learned is that USDA told us that 21 million students are receiving free and reduced benefits. However, only half of them were participating in the breakfast program. That was concerning. I wanted to know why they weren't taking advantage. So in questioning and researching, what we found out was that, number one, there was a stigma between those students who received those benefits and possibly those that didn't, and they didn't want to be singled out. The Breakfast in the Classroom program eliminates that. No matter who's in there, no matter what their financial background, they all receive a meal. So that eliminated that. Another concern that we found that I've just realized recently, there are children out there that are not going to the cafeteria for fear of bullying. They don't want to cross a courtyard full of older children to get to the location where breakfast is being served. So that was another reason that we found was troubling, amongst others. So breakfast in the classroom really helps us eliminate many of those things. Let's talk about some more of the benefits. It encourages good eating habits, giving students the best start of their day. It actually improves attentiveness and starts instruction on time. Now this is a big deal to teachers because they have struggled with students being there on time. Class starts at 8 o'clock. Well, breakfast also starts at 8 o'clock. So they could go ahead and begin their day while the students were having their breakfast. That acted as a big benefit to them. It improved attendance and tardiness is what we found. And it also improved their participation. They were more alert, more attentive, they were awake, and they were already fed and ready to go. So they were participating more. And ultimately, it improved academic goals and grades. Now, the Food Research and Action Center states that the benefit of breakfast, what we saw is it increased attendance, and they came 1.5 more days a year. Turn around, and that also equaled better math grades and better math scores. Actually, 17.5% higher grades in math. That kind of correlates with that. So you have more attendance, you have better math grades. It added up to 20% more likely to graduate high school. Those were pretty outstanding facts. Now I looked at and researched some more and found that it was the Youth Health and Fitness Foundation did studies on breakfast in the classroom and kind of followed them through their adulthood. And what they found was that the high school graduates, on average, actually earned $10,000 more annually than students that didn't graduate. So we have where they're eating better, they're getting better test grades, they're more alert, they're moving on and graduating high school. Now they're making $10,000 more a year and less likely to experience hunger as an adult. They also stated that breakfast eaters tend to have healthier weight. So it's an overall good, habits that we're forming at a young age, especially, while we have them in our elementary and middle schools and we're beginning to develop those habits. It's a perfect opportunity for us. And it's just a good thing to do for kids. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to accomplish. We want to make sure that everything that we're doing, we're providing them with the best start of their day. They can go to the classroom, they can learn, they can be attentive. They come for us for lunch. We continue those good habits, providing them the good meal service, providing them the good choices, and then they move on and they graduate and they become successful adults. Adults that are also eating well and being successful. So that's the reason for breakfast in the classroom. If you have any more questions or want to learn anything more about breakfast in the classroom, I would encourage you to go on these websites. Student Nutrition Association, USDA, FRAC is the Food Research and Action Center, and then there's the Youth Health and Fitness Foundation. Great resources for breakfast in the classroom information. Thank you very much for being here.